Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Anderson and I'm the principal at Glenbard East High School. And on behalf of our administration, faculty, and staff, it is my honor and privilege to have you, our future Rams, participate in our elective presentations today. As a school, we are proud of the comprehensive programming we have to offer our students. In addition to the core subjects of math, English, science, and social studies, we also have an array of elective offerings that we are thrilled to present to you today. It is our hope that after today, you are even more excited to start your high school journey at Glenbard East, because we are excited to have you join us next fall. So thank you for joining us today, and now I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Cat, our Fine Arts Department Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anderson. My name is Mr. Cat, and I'm the Fine Arts Department Chair at East. I am so excited to be with you today for this assembly that we look forward to so much. The point of today's assembly is that we help you understand all of the offerings that you have to take next year at Glenbard East and help you start to decide which ones you want to take. So next year, when you are coming to Glenbard East as a freshman, we have an 8-period day. And so one of those periods is, of course, lunch. So now you have 7 periods left. And then you're going to take an English class. You're going to take a math class. You're going to take a PE class. You're going to take a science class. And you're going to take a social studies class, which then leaves you 2 full class options for the entire year to think about what you want to take. And that's what you're going to fill with the courses you're going to hear about today. Those are your elective choices. And you all should have received a postcard that looks like what you see on the screen in the mail. Each one of our 7 elective departments is going to present to you today in the order that you see on that card. And each presenter is going to talk to you about each one of those classes in that order. So you're able to sit back and listen and follow along on that card and check off the course, every course that sounds somewhat interesting to you. Even if you're like, I don't know if I'm going to take it, mark it. Even if you think you already know what you're going to take, listen to every course that we tell you about, because I bet you're going to learn about a course today that you didn't even know that we offered. And I want you to mark every one that you think you might want to take. That might mean that you actually mark every single box on that card. That's okay. Or maybe you just end up marking just, 10 or 5. That's fine too. But mark any of the courses that you have an interest in taking. Then when we're done with our presentation, then we'd like for you to write down the top 4 classes. What are the top 4 that you really are interested in? Because those are the classes we want you to come to your meeting with our Glenbard East counselors over the next couple of weeks. And when they ask you, what electives do you want to take? You can start with that list of 4 that you've already figured out. We'd also like for you to tell us what those 4 classes are that you're most interested in by filling out the Google form that you have been sent by your school, as well as that you can take the picture of the QR code that's on the screen right now, and you can go to that Google form to fill that out and let us know which 4 you're most interested in, and tell us just a little bit about yourself. As you listen to every presentation today, you're going to meet the teachers that are going to be in the classes with you and the department chairs that oversee those areas. If you have any questions at all through this process or as you're meeting with your counselor, do not hesitate to reach out to myself or to any of the rest of my colleagues from East. We are here to help you. We are here to make this process as easy as we can for you and to tell you about all of the options so that way you find classes that you're passionate about, that you're interested in, and that you're excited about for next year.
Hello, my name is Smira Dorman. I'm the World Language Department Chair, and I'm one of the World Language teachers here at Glenbard East. I teach Spanish. With me today is Frau Gestalter. She teaches German. And Madame Schillerstrom, she teaches French. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your choices when you come to Glenbard East in the World Language Department. We offer 3 languages. We offer Spanish, French, or German. If you speak Spanish at home or understand Spanish and you want to learn more about it, you would take what's called the Heritage course, Hispanohablante. This course is for those students who have an understanding of Spanish, speak it at home, hear it at home, and want to learn more about it. There are 3 messages I want you to remember at the end of this presentation. Number 1, take the language you're most interested in. And that's really important because it takes a lot of effort and time to learn a language. So it's really important that you take what you're interested in for whatever reason. You get to pick the sport that you want to take. So make sure you take the language that you want to take. Some of you may be saying right now, but I'm taking one language, but I want to switch. You can switch languages when you come to Glenbard East. So if you're not taking any language, pick French, Spanish, or German. If you are taking a language and you want to make the switch, you can. You don't have to, but you have that option. And the third thing I want you to remember is begin taking language your freshman year. This is really important because when you start playing a sport, you're not very good at it. You get better with more time. Language is the same way. It's a skill. The longer you take it, the better. So begin taking a language your freshman year. Remember, number one, take the language you're most interested in. Number two, switch if you would like to switch. And number three, take language your freshman year. A little bit about our Spanish program. We have a Spanish club that offers a variety of activities. We have a salsa making contest. We go to the Mexican Fine Arts Museum, and we do travel to Spain every other year. Let's learn about the other languages. And I'm going to pass the presentation over to Madame Schillerstrom, who's going to talk to you about French.
Bonjour, je suis Madame Schillerstrom. Je suis professeure de français à Glenbard East. Were you able to understand any of that? You might be able to understand that because French and English are so similar. French is a global language. It's spoken everywhere. A lot of people have this opinion that if you're not going to France, you don't need it, but it's so global. It's spoken on every continent. It's one of the top 5 languages on this planet. So it's super useful. Another thing I wanted to mention, Senora Dorman talked about the importance of switching if you need to. If you took Spanish or maybe you speak Spanish already in your home, French and Spanish also share so many similarities. I have a lot of Spanish speakers in my class, so you are already set up for success. So if you are interested in French, we have a great French club and a really strong French program. We are so busy. We get together all the time outside of school to go to film festivals, soccer games, theater pieces, Cirque du Soleil, all the Broadway shows I could tell you. We don't even have time in this presentation. But what I think you probably want to hear about more than anything else is our travel opportunities. So we have a really excellent exchange program. You may have heard of it or had siblings or neighbors that have participated in the past. It is an exchange program with the school in Southwest France. We partner up. You have about a whole year to get to know your partner ahead of time, spend some time on FaceTime or Zoom or getting to know them from a distance. They come and stay with us in April for 2 weeks at your house, coming to school every day, hanging out on the weekends, going to do things with your friends. And then we say goodbye to them. We finish out our school year. And then in June, we go there. We visit them. You'll stay at your partner's house, go to school with them every day, travel throughout all of Southwest France on the weekends. At the end of our trip, we get on a train and we head right up to Paris, where you get to do all of those things you always imagined and dreamed about when you thought about traveling to France. So we go up the Eiffel Tower, we take a dinner cruise down the river. A little bit of everything is in it for you. So there are so many great opportunities here with you in French, and I can't wait to have you in class next year. I'll pass it off now to our German teacher, Frau Gestalter, who's going to tell you about our German program.
Dankeschön. Hallo, liebe Leute. Ich heiße Frau Gestalter. Ich bin Deutschlehrerin an Glenbard East. My name is Frau Gestalter, but everyone just calls me Frau. And I'm so excited to welcome you to our German program. Everybody thinks that German has this like harsh or scary sound to it, but I'm here to prove to you that that's just not the case. It's really not as intimidating of a language as people like to think. English comes from German. It's a Germanic language. So it's quite easy to go between English and German, and you'll learn very quickly. Our German program is a small but mighty place. If you're not really sure where you're going to fit in at East, try German, right? It's a way to stand out. It's a way to be unique. And we really have a tight-knit community that will make you feel like you're at home. We form this community by all the things that we do in class, but of course, also outside of class. We try and bring German outside as much as we can. So we have a huge Oktoberfest that we invite the whole school to. We have like 300, 400 kids that come and dance to our Oompa Oompa music and eat as many bratwurst as they possibly can. We go to the Bavarian Lodge. We have a Mario Kart tournament. We go downtown skating at the Christkindlmarkt. As many things as we can do to really bond outside of school. And then the big item being our trip, right? We have 2 options. We're the only program that has 2 different travel opportunities. One is GAP and then one is Berlin. GAP is the German-American Partnership Program. It's a 3-week exchange, very similar to our French exchange. The German students come and stay in our homes. They'll be your brother or sister for the 3 weeks that they're here. Go to your soccer practice, go to track, theater, whatever that you're involved in. And then they go home. we finish out our school year and we go and visit them. We fly over to Germany to stay with them for 3 weeks and learn how they do school, what they like to eat, what they do in their free time. And the beauty of our location is that we are as far south as you can be in Germany. So we can visit Austria one day, we go hiking in Austria one day, and then swimming in Switzerland the next. So it's kind of a 3-for-1 deal. But if that seems like it's too much for you, kein Problem. You can go to Berlin for 10 days and see the capital and experience the city life. So regardless of what language you take, German, French, or Spanish, we know that you're going to have a wonderful experience at Glenbard East, and it's best if you start your freshman year. So sign up, talk to your counselor today, and we'll see you next year. Cheers! Dankeschön.
Wow.
Freshmen can take any of the courses in the top row, including our game design and theory course, which is not listed here. Each of the classes are 1 semester long, except for the Project Lead the Way course on the far left. That is a year. Everybody that takes Introduction to Engineering Design has the opportunity to earn college credit. Learn the design process through 3D printing, 3D design, robotics, and much, much more.
You get to build stuff, you get to do statistics. It helps me with math, science. I really like the brainstorming and the design process and the hands-on.
The teamwork, most of all, getting together in a group of 3, all of us pulling our own weight and coming together to create like an amazing project.
You get a really great idea of just in general how the world works. Like even if you're not planning to go into engineering, it gives you a great kind of insight as to how things work and why things are the way they are.
Our country needs more engineers. We need more technical people. Project Lead the Way allows us to start those people, those students on that path.
Learning problem-solving skills that Project Lead the Way curriculum teaches you is going to help you in whatever field that you go through.
We offer engineering for high school students. It requires students to think critically, to problem solve, but also to learn critical skills that will give them the advantage in the marketplace.
I feel like I've learned a lot better teamwork skills from group projects.
A lot of hands-on projects, get to destroy it and then rebuild it.
The opportunities for these are amazing. There's so many different types of courses.
It gets you prepared and ready for college and then eventually for the real world.
You take the theory and you apply it with hands-on skills, and the students see the relationships and they grow from there.
They're more successful. It works.
My dad is an engineer, and he said that what we are doing in class is the basics of what he will do in his job.
It's the best package I've ever seen.
It is amazing. If you are interested in science, math, anything of that sort, it's definitely something you should take. It's a life-changing experience.
Our Introduction to Woods class is general woodworking. In this class, students design and make a nightstand out of red oak using industry-level machines and techniques. In our General Metals class, students will gain experience in machining and manufacturing using our manual mills and lathes. Projects include hammers, C-clamps, and toolboxes. Engineering Graphics is a semester-long course that gives the students an opportunity to master the program AutoCAD. We complete several 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional drawings, along with a lot of projects that include 3D printing. Develop foundational skills in the field of electronics through our 1-semester course, Introduction to Electronics. Here you will learn how to read schematic diagrams and build interactive circuitry through breadboarding and soldering. Become the video game designer you've always wanted to be in our 1 semester long Game Design and Theory course. Design characters and levels using programs like Unreal Engine, Bloxels, and 3ds Max.
Hi, 8th graders. My name is Mr. Cho, and I teach ceramics and photography. I would love to see you in the ceramics class or photography class, especially in ceramics because you can make a mug like this that you can drink coffee out of. Now I'm going to pass it to Mrs. Wink.
Hi, I'm Miss Wink. I teach the two-dimensional classes. I teach drawing and painting, and 2D1 and 2D2 class, graphic design and comic arts. And we're going to show you a few examples of stuff you can do. Hope to see you in class next semester. Now we're going to show you a video of all of the art classes we have available to you to take next year. Enjoy.
Now let's take a look at all of the options we have as a freshman in our art program. We will explain each course that you see on your screen over the next couple of minutes.
Take a look around you. Graphic design is everywhere. The Apple logo on your phone, the advertisement you see on TV, Instagram pages. Learn how to communicate better by taking this class. We dig into problem solving and creative thinking. Some basic drawing is required, but final designs are executed using the Adobe Creative Suites on iMacs. If you're interested in a potential career in art, keeping up with design trends, or find branding fascinating, you should try this class. You'll design and produce a logo, illustrate with type, do a student choice assignment, and any special projects such as a Glenbard East winter holiday card or our art show poster.
We have photography 1, 2, and digital photography. This is a great place to learn about shooting and retouching photographs using both darkroom and digital techniques. My favorite assignment is learning how to make portraits. We get to learn and use a variety of equipment, photography equipment, from hot lights to strobe lights. You will get to experience what a professional photographer would do on a photo shoot. Everyone gets a chance to experience being a model, lighting assistant, prop assistant, stylist, and photographer. Ceramics 1 and 2 is all about making sculptures and pottery. This is a fun class if you want to create bowls, cups, vases, teapots, and take them home to eat and drink out of. Everything we make in ceramics is food safe. And the best part is that the food tastes so much better when you know that you made a custom cereal bowl for your favorite cereal. I love making the bowls and mugs for family and friends, and you will too. They will appreciate all the beautiful pottery that you made for them.
2D design is all about what's trending in art. It's a super rich environment where you explore new processes and material combinations, creating artwork that's basically flat. In 2D1, the first 3 projects involve mixed media drawing, acrylic painting, and printmaking and collage. The last project is a student choice assignment, which is wide open, where student responses are truly unique. I've seen responses such as graffiti art, mixed media landscapes, and digital illustration done on the iPad. 2D Design 2 is the second level, where all of the assignments are student choice. This is the class where new discoveries are made and styles are developed. These classes are for everybody, but if you are headed for AP Art and Design 2D, they are a must. Drawing is like performing magic. You're creating an illusion on paper. The magic is attractive, so you'll find yourself surrounded by a diverse set of peers that draw everything from graffiti to portraiture. It is a foundation class for artists that are headed for AP Art and Design. The first assignment plays out like a game. You're armed with a black marker and colored pencils. You make random marks and let the drawing within you be discovered on the page. Self-expression is the target. Then comes the opposite challenge. You're taught how to draw from observation using a linear perspective. Whether you are in it for fun or you're headed for a profession in art, get ready to take your drawing abilities to a whole new level. Comic arts is fun. Students who have a good sense of humor and like to do will take it. It's a great opportunity to develop your own cartoon style. You work with a variety of supplies like colored pencils, watercolor paint, pastel, and even your iPad. Most technique taught are traditional, which makes it a great foundation for those students who plan on going into animation in college. It's awesome to learn how to create caricatures, comic strips, web comics, and characters. We work together analyzing proportions, how to over and under exaggerate things, and how to create layouts that pop. If you love color and need a place to express yourself, try painting class. You will learn tons about color, how to talk about color, mix colors, and choose colors. Techniques in watercolor, tempera, and acrylic are taught. The semester starts with a mini painting and a prompt such as paint your darkest fear or your greatest joy. By the end of the semester, you'll be able to choose the media that best fits your purpose and style. The class comes highly recommended whether you are a beginner or you are headed for AP Art and Design 2D. It's a must for anyone who needs to relax and decompress during the school day.
Introduction to Art. This is a really fun class because you get to explore all the different art disciplines like drawing, painting, ceramics, photography, graphic design, comic arts. I think of it as going to a buffet and trying out lots of different materials and techniques. Then later, you can choose to select an art course for a more in-depth experience.
Here's one more look at all of those courses that we just covered. Each one of them is just one semester long, which means you should pick 2 to take a full year of art. Thank you for taking the time to learn about our art program. There is always a way to make art fit into your schedule, and we are happy to discuss specifically with you how to make it work. So Ms. Wink, Mr. Cho, and I are all available to answer any questions that you may have. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our contact information can be found on the screen. We cannot wait to have you in class very soon.
I'm Mrs. Camerano, and I'm the Family and Consumer Science Department Chair here at Glenbard East. I want to take a minute to welcome you to becoming a Glenbard East student and encourage you to choose us as one of your electives for next year. All of our semester-long courses are classes that help to develop real-life skills. If you're curious what that means, keep on watching and we'll show you what we have to offer.
Eighth graders, this is Mrs. Morowski here to talk to you about child development. Child development is such an exciting course, and it's good for anyone who has ever worked with a child or wants to work with a child in the future, whether be a teacher, a social worker, maybe you even babysit and want some more experience, or someday you hope to be a parent. Child development is the class to take. We focus on the pies of development of preschoolers from age 3 to 5. What that stands for is the physical, intellectual, emotional, and social development of those preschoolers. The best part is that we have a preschool lab where you get to go in and teach and work one-on-one with our preschoolers. Hope to see you register for child development.
Hello, this is Miss Booth. I'm here to tell you about interior design today. So interior design is a class that is wonderful for students who have a creative side, or if you just kind of enjoy decorating. You can kind of express yourselves in a lot of ways. Some of the units that we cover, we go through architectural styles of housing, as well as go through floor plans. We use an app called My Plan. It works and it's a virtual way of expressing and showing how to design a floor plan that's to scale. The other favorites is when we go through the principles and elements of design. Students are using an app called Homestyler. Basically, it has a blank canvas room and you decorate it. I give specific criteria in terms of what is needed for the project, but you go ahead and add everything that you want to complete the room. It is a great course for freshmen. It is a project-based course, so there are no tests. All of the summatives are projects, and it's a lot of fun.
Spice up your schedule, take a culinary class. Culinary 1 teaches you the basics in food preparation. You'll learn how to measure, read a recipe, use kitchen equipment and knives, and the units are quick breads, grains and pastas, eggs, milk, and cookies. It's a class you'll love to take. And if you love that class, you could take Culinary 2 or Gourmet.
Hello, it's Miss Booth again, here to tell you a little bit about Fashion Workshop. Fashion Workshop is another project-based class. We actually learn how to use the sewing machine in Fashion Workshop. So you create garments and different things. We start off by analyzing our body types and taking measurements and figuring out what size we are in patterns, because it is very different than street clothes. We learn about the sewing machine, how it works, and we also learn the different parts of the sewing machine and how to use them. We go through a bunch of different samples to figure out how to properly construct various things. So we'll go through different machine stitches, hand stitching, seam finishes, easing and gathering, trims, darts, and pockets. And then we have a few projects in the class that you complete. The first one is either a zipper bag or a patchwork pillow. We also do a casing project, which is either pajama pants or a maxi skirt. And then we do a zipper project at the end. You have a choice of making a skirt, a dress, or a hoodie. And those are all garments that you get to wear and take with you when you leave the class. I also always go on a field trip with students, and they get to pick out their fabric that way. And then you are set up for the semester. So it's usually a class that a lot of students enjoy, whether you are somebody who is hands-on or just enjoys being creative. This is a fantastic class for you.
Hey 8th graders, Mrs. Downey here, one of the teachers at Glenbard East. I wanted to take a moment to introduce to you a little bit about our parenting class. Parenting is a really fun class for anyone interested in going into eventually child development and teaching the preschool age children. This is a great starting point for you. We start off in this class by talking a little bit about families and family values and basically what builds a good family. We then get into parenting and parenting responsibilities. Then we talk about my favorite unit, which is pregnancy, prenatal development, and childbirth. This is a really fun unit because we answer all of your guys' questions that you have on this topic, and we get some really fun guest speakers to join us. The best part about our class, I think, is our infancy unit, because you guys get to be a parent for a weekend. That's right, you heard right. You get to be a parent for a whole weekend. We give you one of our fake babies. It's called the infant simulation. And you guys get to take care of the baby for the whole weekend. So when it cries, you have to tend to its needs and figure out what it wants, whether it needs to be fed or diaper changed or anything. It definitely gives you a little bit of a real life glimpse into what your parents had to go through, and maybe even a little bit of appreciation for it as well. Anywho, our class is super fun, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. I hope to see you in there next semester. Have a great day.
I don't know what it is, but I feel good about it.
Hello and welcome to the Speech Arts program at Glenbard East High School.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to some of the amazing courses that you'll have the opportunity to take here at Glenbard East. You'll be introduced to some of our teachers and learn a little bit about our program. So, here we go. My name is John Shrubin, and I'm one of the speech and theater teachers here at Glenbard East High School, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to East. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the speech and theater program, as well as the classes that meet the requirement for the speech and theater course that you need to take here at Glenbard East. But it's not just about meeting the requirement, it's about having the opportunity to find your voice. Whether that is through speech and speech class, where you will explore many different types of speaking opportunities, and the theater course, which you'll have an opportunity to express your voice and also explore other characters and other characters' voices as well, and learn about the wonderful art form that is theater. But I also teach some of the media courses here at Glenbard East. I teach film study, where we get to watch movies and explore film. And I get to teach video production, where I get to teach students to make movies. Whether it's through behind the lens as the director or the cinematographer, in the editing studio, or acting for the camera and becoming the next film sensation. I get to see the world through your lens. And I think that's a really wonderful thing, and it's really wonderful and unique thing to explore and have the opportunity to explore. I'm joined by two really amazing teachers, Miss Marin Bunting, who is one of our speech and theater teachers and teaches our speech courses, as well as works with our after-school program in theater, and Mr. Ketzer, who teaches our speech and theater course as well as the acting course. And he's going to join us now to tell us a little bit more about those opportunities that you can explore to meet and fulfill that speech theater credit.
Hello, I'm Mark Ketzer, one of 3 speech theater teachers here at Glenbard East High School. When your son or daughter is making their decisions over the next few weeks, one thing they'll need to consider is how they want to fulfill their public speaking or communications credit. There are 2 ways that most students can do this. One is introduction to speech. The other is introduction to theater. Our students are about a 50-50 split as to who takes speech versus who takes theater. Both courses are wonderful. Both courses work on the same basic skills of speaking, nonverbal communication, organizing, and listening. The speech course is the traditional one where students are doing presentations that they choose, that they write, that they organize. In the theater class, students are doing the same set of skills, but they are doing them through improvisation, pantomime, and also through various scene work. Again, both courses fulfill that graduation requirement. Now it's a decision between you and your son or daughter as to which course he or she will feel most comfortable in. There's also a third way that they can fulfill this graduation requirement. It's the acting class. The acting class is an elective beyond Intro to Theater, but some freshmen do take it if they are recommended by their counselor, by myself, or by the theater director at their middle school. In the acting class, we do more advanced scene work. We're also doing more analysis of characters, and ultimately those students put together their own one-act play. So again, to fulfill that speech arts graduation requirement, students can either take speech, theater, or the acting class. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you and meeting you next year.
Hi, welcome to Glenbard East. My name is Mickey Marin Bunting, and I teach speech at Glenbard East. I also teach English for English language learners. After school, you can find me helping out with the theater department. I do hair and makeup, and I also direct a piece for competition for group interpretation. I hope you enjoy your time at East. Take care.
And now I'm going to give you a little bit more information about some of the courses we briefly touched upon. Film study is an amazing course where we get to look at the history of movies and how some of the early films created some of the amazing films that we appreciate today. And yes, we watch movies all semester long. But we break them down, we analyze them, we figure out why we like them, why we don't, and we have a lot of amazing discussions about some of the movies that you've loved and that you've never seen before. Video production is where you get to actually make the movies. In video production, whether you've filmed anything before other than your friends and your phone, or if you've been making movies with your buddies since you were 5. Video production explores all the different aspects of making a movie, from taking an idea into a script, to taking that into a full film through a director's role, a cinematographer, an editor, or an actor on camera. We explore a number of different projects over the course of the semester, from self-reflective films to music videos, to TikToks, to stop motion. Every project is a new film to make or explore. Design for Theater is for those that are interested in theater, but from the world behind the scenes. In Design for Theater, you get to explore all the different aspects of design, from lighting, sound, set, costumes, props, and more. You get to work one-on-one with some of our theater directors and technical directors to really explore what is possible to create in the world of the stage. So when it comes to the speech and theater department, just remember,
communication. That's the thread that ties together all programs and all curriculum at Glenbard East. No matter what career path one chooses, you will need to be an effective communicator.
thank you for watching. Welcome to Glenbard East, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Good evening, and on behalf of the entire Glenbard East Business Department, welcome to 8th grade Family Night. My name is Chris Nagel, and I'm one of the business teachers that you'll be hearing from this evening. So let's get right into it. Why should your son or daughter take a business class? Well, first, they're going to learn and attain real-life transferable skills, okay? Things that they're going to use with every teacher, professor, employer in their future. They're going to learn how to work together. They're going to learn to be accountable. They're going to learn to be responsible. They're going to be able to become critical thinkers and collaborators, all skills that everyone will use after East. Money, okay, making money. Students who major in business have an average starting salary of around $55,000. They're also in high demand. Right now with COVID, we know that there are tons of students graduating college in professions where they can't get jobs right now. Business is not one of those areas. And it's the #1 major for all college students right now. Currently, 1 in 5 college students are majoring in business. So where should your son or daughter start? We think that business and consumer is the absolute necessity for them to take as a freshman. This is the class where parents, you're all gonna ask, why couldn't I take this class in high school? Everyday topics include, we start with a career. We identify aptitudes, likes, dislikes, and to narrow down a career. That leads us into our paychecks and taxes unit. Once you get a paycheck, you need to pay taxes, you need to put it in a bank. We move on to banking and checking. We have a little bit of money now. We need to be able to manage it responsibly. So we talk about money management. We put our money in a savings account. We want to invest it so our money makes us more money. We talk about credit. We talk about all of the pitfalls and dangers that are included when you start to obtain credit. And we finish with our insurance unit, which is the #1 benefit to having a full-time job. All real-life applications. Other classes that we offer, one class that I'm particularly passionate about is accounting. It's the language of business. When money comes in or money goes out, there's an accountant involved, okay? It's a big-time must for anyone who thinks they're going to major in business. Whether you want to be in marketing, sales, you need to take accounting. There's accounting in every single aspect, every industry in the market. There's musical accounting, there's environmental accounting, there's sports accounting. So if your son or daughter's interested in something, there's some form of accounting for them, an absolute must. Obviously high-paying jobs. And another option are our computer science classes. We stress becoming a producer of technology rather than simply a user of technology. So we'll talk about analytical skills, perseverance, creativity. We'll talk about all kinds of opportunities that lie within the technology field. Job opportunities, just like regular business, computer science, average starting salaries are even higher. So the technology is always changing, and we always want to be on the forefront of that. So computer sciences are another option for your sons and daughters.
Intro to Business is a class that we encourage our freshmen to take. It's an opportunity for them to start to explore what the different facets of the business world are. We cover everything from the business's role in the economy to entrepreneurship and leadership and management. We touch on marketing and finance, a little bit of law and corporate philanthropy. So we like to just introduce them briefly to these different areas and give them an opportunity to maybe find an area of interest that they can dig a little bit deeper and maybe move on to some of the other courses that we offer in the department. Business law is exactly that. It's an opportunity to explore the law with a business slant. We talk about, the root of law and where it's, born from what is basically right and wrong and the ethics, that legal system and trial procedure. And then we get a little bit more detailed in like white collar crime, criminal law, tort law, contract law, and even a little bit about intellectual property and protecting your ideas legally. There are 2 field trips in the class, one to the Lombard Police Department and the other one to the DuPage County Courthouse, where students have an opportunity to move in and out of courtrooms and see some of the things they've learned really playing out in person.
Hi, my name is Don Burkillo, and I teach sports and entertainment marketing at Glenbard East. In marketing class, students will learn about the 4 Ps, and we'll do that through the use of project-based learning through such projects as market research survey, sports and entertainment fantasy project, video game project. In addition to sports and entertainment marketing, I also teach Incubator, which is like a year-long version of Shark Tank, where students compete for real investor money at the end of the year. Last year's team was awarded $5,000. In this class, students will learn about all aspects of business, including finance, sales, accounting, entrepreneurship, and marketing. Now here's a promotional video to go into more detail about the class.
The Business Incubator course offers project-based learning at its finest. Students work in teams all year long to try to bring a business to market. Along the way, students work with an awesome group of mentors and coaches who bring their unique talents to the classroom environment. If you've ever thought about starting your own business, then this class is for you. But just don't listen to me. Let's hear from the students themselves.
Hi, my name is Sonia Wise, and the best thing about the Business Incubator class is that we can work hands-on with real-life problems.
Hi, my name is Doug Pham, and my favorite part of this Business Incubator class is it teaches you real-world business and prepares you for after high school.
Hello, 8th graders. My name is Mr. Cat. I'm the Fine Arts Department Chair, and I also teach choir and hip hop production at East. We want to tell you about our music program right now, and we are so excited to welcome all of you into it. There is literally a music class for every one of you. Whether you have experience or not, there is a place for you in our program. To get things started, we want to introduce ourselves. So here are the rest of my colleagues and all of the music teachers at East.
Hi, I'm Miss Capoletti.
Hello, I'm Mr. Fox.
Hi, I'm Miss McLean.
Hi, I'm Mr. Packer.
Hi, I'm Mr. Ewell.
And hi, I'm Mr. Curry. From one fellow Ram to another, I just want to welcome you to East and say how thrilled we are that you're going to be here with us this fall. We have so many amazing classes and opportunities for you here in the music department. But you may be thinking, well, I haven't been in a music class before, or I don't really play an instrument in band, choir, or orchestra. But I'm here to tell you that that doesn't matter. Here at East, we take pride in offering really unique classes like guitar, piano, and hip hop production, where everyone is welcome regardless of their skill level. In these, we focus on commercial music, or sometimes known as popular music, providing you the opportunity to learn and to dive into tunes that you already listen to in your daily life, and maybe even show you some music that you haven't had the pleasure of knowing yet. So let's take a listen to some commercial music, and let's check out these awesome classes that we offer here.
I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone. When it ends, don't wanna let you know. I don't wanna be alone, but I can feel it take a hold. I can feel it take control. Who I am and all I've ever known. Loving
take a look at all of the possible music courses for our incoming freshmen. We will explain each course that you see on your screen over the next couple of minutes. Hip-hop is the #1 most listened to music in the world. So if you are listening to it, or any other type of pop music for that matter, you should absolutely consider making it. The goal of Hip Hop Production 1 is to speak your truth through your music. We learn how to write lyrics, make beats, record vocals, and produce a finished track in our Ram Records recording studio. Every student will come out of this class contributing on at least one original song, and come out of Hip Hop Production 2 with a whole playlist of music. Hip-hop students actively work with professional producers and artists in the music industry and have opportunities to go on field trips. Whether you have no experience making music or you are all over Spotify, this class is for you, and we are so excited to meet you.
Guitar is an incredibly versatile instrument. Rock, pop, classical, jazz, blues, it does it all. Start as a beginner in Guitar 1, where we learn the basics of the fingerboard, chords, tab reading, and how to play dozens of awesome songs. Continue into Guitar 2 to go even farther, mastering advanced techniques, learning your favorite songs, and even creating your own music.
The piano is the instrument to learn, as it is literally the map of all things music. It is in every type of music out there. If you want to be the next Alicia Keys, the next Billy Joel, or the next Johann Sebastian Bach, our 2 piano classes can help you. In Piano 1, we learn how to play melodies, identify notes on the page and on the keyboard, and create a podcast. In Piano 2, we continue with our growth in piano repertoire, chords and scales, and even do some composing. The coolest part of the classroom is that only you and your teacher can hear you playing, so you truly get to run at your own pace, regardless of how much music you've performed in the past.
If you enjoy singing and performing in a group, making new friends, or understanding the world through music, choir is the place for you. As a first-year student at East, you'll start in treble or baritone choir, depending on your voice part. And beyond that, you will have the opportunity to sing in advanced ensembles such as Sorella Singers, Wave, Madrigal Singers, East Wind Vocal Ensemble, musicals, concert choir and chorale, open studio, ramparts, and vocal jazz. No matter what aspect of vocal music you like, we have a place for you. We can't wait to meet you and look forward to singing with you soon.
Orchestra is the place to make exciting, beautiful music on the violin, viola, cello, or bass. From beginning orchestra for folks who want to learn a new instrument, to chamber orchestra for freshmen with experience, to philharmonic and concert orchestras for upperclassmen, there's a place for everyone. Full orchestra with our friends from band, incredible performance opportunities, travel experiences, and lifelong friendships all await you.
There's a place for all students in band. If you've never played a wind instrument but are interested in learning, you can take beginning band, where you could learn an instrument like the saxophone or the trumpet. The best part is, all the instruments and materials are provided for you in this class. If you've already been in band for a few years, you should sign up for intermediate band. In this class, you'll find new challenges, new friends, and new opportunities, and still have plenty of time for sports activities and homework. As a sophomore, junior, or senior, you'll have the opportunity to play in concert or symphonic band and be a part of the marching Rams. No matter which class you're in, you will play amazing music, meet incredible people, and have some really life-changing experiences.
Glenbard East's percussion classes are where anyone who wants to learn how to play drums and mallet keyboards can join. If you've been a percussionist before, you sign up for the intermediate band percussion, and if you've never played any drums or mallets ever, you sign up for beginning band percussion. And yes, this is for anyone. Our percussionists are a part of band, but we have our own class. This includes being a part of the Marching Rams, which gives you a PE waiver for the fall. So literally anyone can fit it into their schedule. Everything that band does with trips and experiences, percussionists are a part of all of it too.
Here's one more look at all of our music courses available to every student, no matter their musical background. And these are the courses for our students who have been active in their middle school band, choir, or orchestra. We cannot wait to have you in class very soon. thank you all so much for watching our presentation and for listening to all 7 departments talk about all the courses that we have to offer. There's amazing classes to take at East, and we know that you will find a place that fits you best and that makes the most sense for you. Just to remind you, we ask that you select your top 4 choices out of all of the courses that you heard today and be prepared to bring those to talk to your counselor as you sign up for classes about those 4 classes. We also ask that you please click on the QR code listed here to tell us what those 4 are, so that way we have an idea of what you're interested in taking. Now, at this point, if you are a student at Westlake or at Marquardt and you're watching this during your school day, you're now going to transition into a breakout session to talk to all of the teachers that you just heard and get your questions answered from the specific departments that you're most interested in. Now, you can jump from session to session. We encourage you to do that. Don't just go to one session and stay the whole time, but instead go to a session, ask the questions that you're wondering about, and then go to a different session and ask the questions there. And then you can even move to a third or a fourth. We want you to jump around and ask all the questions that are on your mind, because you have teachers and administrators here to answer those questions from East to help you make the decisions that you're trying to make as to what courses you want to take for next year. Now, the links to all of those sessions were sent to you by your building principal. Now, those of you who are not from Westlake or Marquardt who are watching this, or maybe you were absent on the day that we did these presentations, we still want you to ask your questions, but you'll reach out to us again via that Google form link from before where you gave us your top 4 picks. There's also a place there to ask questions. And so we encourage you to ask as many as you want, and feel free to reach out to talk to us directly too. You can email us. We're happy to get back to you as quick as we can to help you figure out what you need to know. Thank you all so much for watching. We can't wait to see you next year at East. Go Rams!